Hi guys, welcome to Winsome Cottage Garden. My name is Hannah. I'm so glad you decided to join me today. You can see that I'm just in the car. I'm going to restart this video because I drove out to the largest greenhouse in Michigan today, which is about 45 minutes away from my house. If you guys are in the greater Grand Rapids area, I would highly encourage you to stop by. What it looks like, it is seriously, I don't know how big it is. I'm going to look it up and do it, but I took a little stuff inside. It was actually fairly crowded, so I didn't feel like editing everyone out of my videos, but Countryside Greenhouse of Allendale is where I went. I don't know when exactly this video is going to be posting. My guess is it'll be the end of September, but they're going to be open till about mid-October. And I generally don't come out here because it's a bit of a hike. I have some other local ones I like. But oh my gosh, you guys, I went crazy because I came out for pumpkins because they usually have a good selection with really good prices. And I wanted a couple mums to do a fall decorating video, which is going to be the rest of this video. When I get home, I'll show you what I have already at home, and then we'll kind of do up my space with just the couple things I bought to make it more fall-like. But all of their perennials that were quartz were $2.50, and their gallon containers were $5.99. So I bought a lot. Like, I know I'd mentioned, I'm excited to show you. There'll be a couple more videos because my plant hoard had been so reduced. I was so ready, and now I just like tripled it in one fell swoop. So that'll be another video. I'll show you all the good things I got, but I'll give you a sneak peek that it is indeed a full car. And I'm gonna head on home now, and then later today we will set up the main door to my house and my side entrance, which is actually the one I use all the time, and make them a little more fall friendly. Okay, I am back home now, and I just have to show you this load. We're not gonna plant this all in this video, but it is a car full of beauty that needs to be shared. Look at this. I know I'd mentioned to you guys that I wanted to up my ground cover game both here and at the cottage. I think I'm gonna do that. But we've got some stuff that's beautiful, some things I've never seen before. We had something fall over. Okay. But then we got all the pumpkins, and you can't even see some of the fun ones. But I'm gonna get this unloaded real quick so it doesn't stay in the car. And then we will get to decorating. All the plants I bought. These aren't really labeled other than I have a yellow mum and a red mum. I have this giant ornamental kale, and then I have 4 small ones. And then these are the pumpkins I bought. I bought 3 normal ones, which I would guess are Connecticut field pumpkins. I have 5 pie pumpkins, and then I bought 4 what they called heritage gourds. So I don't know the exact kind, but this one is like a very vibrant orange. And I think between this and that, it'll be a really pretty display. I have to go in to get the signs and a wreath and everything else that I put in my displays, but I do want to give you a sneak peek of what I bought. Look at this. There's this pile, and then there's this pile. You can see that I definitely upped my ground cover game in well fell swoop because each of these were only $2.50. I really think it was kind of a steal of a deal. Let me go get this stuff inside, and then we will get to decorate. that both of my doors are done. Starting with this door, all I did really is add a wreath. I actually think I have some berries inside that may have fallen off, so I'm gonna get them and stick them right here. But this wreath is actually one I bought 2 or 3 years ago for like $10. I really think it was well worth it because it provides such a pop on my white door. And I mean, it's covered, it's technically not an outdoor wreath, but I figured for $10, even if it only lasts like a year or two, I've got more than my money's worth. So I popped that up there in the fall. I think it looks really cute. I might raise it just a tiny bit. Okay, I raised it just a little bit. I think that's better. It's not quite the right height, but I don't know if I can get it at the exact right height. So anyway, I still think it was well worth the money, and I keep it really simple at this door because it's the one I use all the time. So I switched out my doormat for a little spooky one that again is a couple years old. I have these wonderful signs that I inherited from my mom. They're metal. And I just think they're so funny in this area. And then I kept it really simple with just a couple small pumpkins and some ornamental kale. When I'm using ornamental kale in this way, I do hook it up to drip, which you may have seen me do. Actually, don't pot it up. I just tilt the can. I did hook it up to drip and kind of find something to lean it so you see that pretty blossom kind of shape. Now, one thing you really want to keep in mind when you are doing doorways like this is how the eye line is pointing. So here I've got obviously the skeleton hand pointing in, kind of is mirrored in how your eye travels, where it'll go over, hit this, and then go up. So it's centered around your door, which is really what you want. I'm using the orange to kind of create a connection. The orange kind of comes over and completes a triangle that ends at your door, which is how you want doorways to go. The back door, let's go show you the front door really quickly. I actually did use a couple vintage molds that were our Halloween decorations growing up as a family. It's supposed to be a pumpkin. It kind of looks like a creepy raisin kid, like California raisin. So I tucked him further away, but he's here. I do have this cute little spider that I already own that I always stick a pumpkin on. I'd love someday to get some skeletons for these chairs. I think that'd be fun. And then I have incorporated into the front door 2 vintage molds. So you can kind of see, it's hard to see over the box, but there's one right there. And there's a little ghosty stuck in that really pops. And I just used all of the different gourds around to kind of create something up to the front door. Again, I used my little trick. You can see here that's tilted and just kind of resting on the step, and in between, even if it falls, it won't hurt anything. And then this guy, which is gorgeous, actually resting on a rock, so he will stay. My pumpkin was a little too short, so I actually got a couple pavers that you don't notice until you're up close. And then I have a yellow mum and a red mum. They'll be just so pretty. And I left all my dahlias and everything else. If they start looking bad, I'll pull them, but no need to pull them right now. I think by and large, though, it looks so cute. I will admit that my display is a little more extravagant than most people's. I am really lucky that I already had some of the like material type things that I didn't need to reuse. I just bought the pumpkins because my pumpkins really failed to launch. The only 2 pumpkins in there that I grew are the 2 small blaze ones that are like stripy yellow and orange. Let me show you guys right here. These 2 little guys are the only 2 pumpkins I grew. I had like 3 or 4 different pumpkin plants planted in various places this year that failed to thrive. So the blaze pumpkin's the only one that really stayed alive, and it died very early after producing 5 fruits, 3 of which never fully like hardened correctly, and the squirrels ate them up and then they started rotting. So it is what it is. That's all I had. So I spent more on pumpkins than I typically do, but between the pumpkins, the mums, and the ornamental kale, I spent $60, which I think, considering my display, it's not bad at all, especially because it brings me such joy. The mum, they are hardy in my area. I don't know if I'll plant them in my yard, but I could, plant them at the cottage somewhere and they'll come back in the future. I typically always forget to do that, if I'm being honest, but it's something I could do. And I really think that it brings such a lovely splash of the season to the outside in a really simple way. I hope it maybe inspired you to put out a couple pumpkins. Sometimes if my sister Molly, who you saw a lot, she was the epic mulcher in a lot of our videos. She's very artistic, so sometimes when we get a little closer to Halloween, I can convince her to come and paint different scenes on my pumpkins. I don't like to carve them because they get bad so quickly. But she's really good at painting, and she does a lot of surreal paintings on them. I think she once did one that was the Scream that was really good, and then she did the one where the clock is melting. I can't remember what that is, but I actually got a ton of compliments that year because it was very cool. She's pretty talented, so maybe I'll see if I can get her to paint some pumpkins again this year. Keep your fingers crossed. If I get her to do that, I'll definitely make a video about it. I think I might do 1 or 2 videos about decorating inside. I love fall and Halloween. I definitely am a Halloween decorator versus fall decorator, mostly because I start putting up Christmas decorations on November 1st, because that is my favorite season of all. So the day after Halloween, Christmas starts going up. So I don't like to do fall. I might as well go all out Spookfest if I'm gonna do it, which I do love to do. It's about the time you start looking inside. So maybe I'll share some other decorating videos with you. If you like this type of video, be sure to comment below and make sure to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe so you can see more later. Thanks for joining me today. I can't wait to see you next time. Bye-bye.